Hello, Flosstube. Welcome back. My name is Megan, and this is Stories and Stitches. And we are back today with Flosstube episode 22, maybe? Definitely should have thought about that before I started filming, but whatever. Flosstube episode something. And it is getting very close to 1 year on Flosstube for me. I'm not quite there, but I know I started like early in May because it was just after Stitch North. And I am going to Stitch North next week and next weekend. But I thank you so much for coming back. It's so nice to see you today. And we're going to take a look at the stitching I've been doing over the last couple weeks. And I have actually been rotating through quite a few projects. I think I went through my list the other day or the other week, and I've been working on it. Go figure. Who would have thought? Let's get to it. What have I done? 6 projects over the last couple weeks. So not my usual 9, but I think with the progress on some of these, I can be forgiven for that. So anyways, let's get to it. So the first project that I worked on, that I think I told you I was going to continue working on until the black was done. So the project in question is Gamer Nouveau by Medusa Dollmaker. Here's a picture of what it's going to look like when it's finished. It is charted by, it's a kit from Gecko Rouge that is retired. I almost dunk that right in the coffee. Let's just move that over there. Okay, so here is the last time you saw it. So the portion you saw last time, I was working on the hair down the left side of it. And here, I'm going to have to back up, but here it is out of the Q-snap. Here is where it is now. And I don't know if that lighting is doing it any justice, but we have a very much outlined gamer. So the black isn't 100% done. There are still somewhere in the vicinity of 20 stitches left in it, but they're in very weird places and I'm not counting over to them. I'll do them when I get there. I then also started in, so here's my little Mario outline. You can see this part in here is a little bit more fully outlined, like it's a bit darker than some. I started working in on the dark brown that is the next color in the outline, so probably 3371. If we assume the first one I did was black, the next one is probably kind of 3371. But I started in working on that. I have now put it away for a little bit, or I had put it away after the beginning of the month. But that day I needed a few more stitches on it to sort of hit a goal amount for Fandom Stitching Central. So I kept working on it, worked on the brown a little bit. That might be what I work on next on that. It's sort of the brown outlining, like filling in the rest of the outlining. But we'll see. We'll see when I pick it up what sort of strikes me. So I did 1,036 stitches on that since the last time you saw me. And I completed my goal for April, which was to finish that black, or the majority of the black. And that one, I may be taking this one with me to Stitch North. It is a full coverage, which can be tricky to work on, but I don't know. It's also not too hard to work on in something like that. So we'll see. It's a possibility. Next up, I hit another one of my April goals. I was on fire, I tell ya. And that was for Winter Belle by Tilton Crafts, which is a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. And here's a picture of what it looked the last time that you saw it. And if you recall, I was working on finishing that one blue, like the first blue that I'd started on. Let me take off my needle minder here. There's a little snowman. Isn't he cute? And I have finished that blue now. So there you can see that first blue is is it completely finished? I might have 1 or 2 stitches left in it, like 5, but again, they were really, really tricky to get to, so, and not close enough together to each other even, so it got paused, so, but, oh, I'm saying so many times. That blue is finished, and as you can see, I did start in on the next blue to, as I said again, get myself up to a number for my prompts. I have been working on the monthlies, just the monthlies this month, because I think I mentioned last time they increased the number of monthlies. So I think there's 14. And if you complete them all, you get a bonus 35 points. And that's just been working better with what I've been stitching. I may start doing a few weeklies just because there's a couple projects I want to work on that aren't full coverage and don't fit into any of the monthly prompts. So if I do pull those out, I'll probably see if I can fit a weekly into them. But I did 617 stitches on Winter Belle. And then she went away for a little bit because I met the goal for the month. Again, she might come with me to Stitch North because it's a bit fiddly to work on with the blue, but it's also kind of set up now. So we shall see. And that one's nice because it's only one color that I'm focused on, not switching. Okay, that's my second project. Project number 3. You are going to be so proud of me because I don't think you've seen me work on this one since I started my Flosstube channel a year ago. If I did, it was very little, but I don't think I got work done. It's been in timeout, hardcore timeout, and I made a mistake this time again, but not a big enough mistake that I was taking it out, so. What is this project? You might be wondering. It is Snow Leopard by Dimensions. And it is a kit from 1997 was when it was copyrighted. And by June Payne Hart is the designer on that one. And here, where am I going with this? Here's where it was the last time that you saw it. Potentially all the times you've seen it from my first whip parade till now. And I am so very happy to say that here is where it is now. And there's a needle that's trying to escape, which I know I shouldn't leave it in there. I should put a needle minder on it. Now, you might be saying, that looks no different. And you'd kind of be right because we're going to need to come in a little bit closer. I worked on, look at those cute eyes, isn't he cute? Anyways, I worked on this in here. So this whole section of white and cream, the snow, that is what I worked on. I did 863 half stitches, and the mistake you won't even be able to notice because when I started doing it, I had my white and ivory flipped. So stitches that should have been white, I did it in ivory, but I caught it pretty quickly and I kind of tweaked what I was doing to still give it some shading and dimension, but that is what I worked on. So I think I'm going to kind of keep working my way down a little bit on him there. I'm at the very edge, so this is the very edge. There's a tree up here that I might actually do next, but I am so happy that I pulled him out again, and I'm really hoping to keep working on him. Like not have him go away forever. I actually left him out, unlike some of the other ones that I put in my I'm not working on you at this exact moment box. This one I left on my cart. I left on my cart, my Stitchy cart, to pull out again. But he's not going to Stitch North because I make enough mistakes on him when I'm working on him by myself with no distractions around. I make mistakes on him, so he is definitely not going to Stitch North. All right, and my owl mug. It's been hiding away, getting stored, and it felt very springy, so it came out in the last couple weeks. Okay. We are up to project number 4, and I did relatively few stitches on this one. It did come out for spooky stitching, so, oh, it's still in its, hold please. Okay, this is Tonight We Ride by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And this is what it will look like when it's finished. There. And as you know, I've been working over in this section here. So, here is where it was the last time that you saw it. And here is where it is now. So, as I said, I didn't get a lot done. I was working on this house here. I'm very much hoping this house is going to turn out okay. It looks a bit wonky right now. I did something wrong. Did I do it wrong in the house? I don't remember if I did it wrong in the house or if because I had done it in here, I had to, like I had made a mistake in here, which we all know I made a mistake in there. If I had to kind of adjust it, if I adjusted it to make it work, but I'm hoping it'll work. I think it should because it's kind of in the background. But that is what I have worked on, that brown. Oh, I also did, I did do a little more than I thought because I did do these guys down in here. I filled them in, filled in all the rest of kind of what was left over in here in the houses, the lights. I did 233 stitches on that one, and that one will come out this week. So Tuesday is the full moon, which is spooky stitching, and my Tuesdays are normally pretty busy. And I don't get a lot of stitching done, so I'll either work on it Monday or Wednesday, I think. Maybe both Monday and Wednesday as bookends to the full moon. So it will come out. It might also come with me to Stitch North. It's actually it's both a really good one and a really bad one to take to Stitch North because we all know I make mistakes on this one. But then once I've got things outlined, it's fill-in. So we'll see. It'll probably come with me though. That is Tonight We Ride. And the next one, and if you're ever wondering, so I sometimes have gone back and forth with what I call this one, but on the front, it is called Tonight We Ride. And if I can manage this without showing you the pattern, but on the my piece of paper, how I've just set here. Inside, it is called Tonight We Fly. So that is where some of the confusion has come on my part. I am pretty much trying to exclusively call it Tonight We Ride at this point, but if I ever mess up, that is the reason, because the pattern that I see all the time, it says Tonight We Fly on it. Anyways, I digress. And I'm forgetting to put my needle minders. I'm collecting needle minders over here that I'm going to have to put back when I'm finished filming. Next up, project number 5 is another one that you haven't seen, and I keep saying I'm going to work on it, and then I don't, because we know me. We all know me. And this one is bad. Like, you can tell how long ago I put it together, and it wasn't even that long. But this one has tape on the corners, which I really should take off later. I might do that at the end of this video. But with that little sneak peek, this is Flea Market Flowers. This is what it's going to look like when it is finished. And, oh, here is where it was the last time you saw it. And here is where it is now, with this really bad tape on it, which, you know, I've never had really terrible problems with tape because I've never had them left them on for a long, long time. But I will probably take this off. It is not ideal. So what did I work on? I have finished, as you can see, I finished all of the border and all the inside borders. So they are all done. And I started in on this flower here. I've done a bit of an odd assortment of it because I didn't have the color with me that I wanted to work on and was almost the end of my stitching night and didn't feel like going to look at it or look for it. So I kind of worked out that there are, 14 blocks left, and there are, so May, June, July, August. 8 months of the year left. Yeah, 8 months of the year. We are finger counting today, my friends. 8 months of the year left. So if I aim for starting in May, finishing at least 2 blocks a month or 1.5, I should be able to have it done by the end of the year. I would love to have this done before the end of the year. And I think it's possible because it's very block stitching once you kind of get going. But we're going to set the overall goal as the end of the year and hopefully finish it before that. I do not want to take this into 2025. It has already been kicking around long enough. It needs to get finished. It needed to get finished last year, and that did not happen. Okay, I did 320 stitches into that one. I'm very happy with that. I'm happy it's come back out again. Next up is the last project that I have worked on this month. And I've worked on it quite a bit. I don't know. The floss is hitching a ride on something. On Flea Market Flowers, I think. Anyways, the last project that I worked on hasn't come out for a bit. Ooh, spoiler! It is Beach Babes. And as you know, if you've been here for a little while, I'm not going to show the picture of what this one will look like when it ends. I will put the name of it below. It is Beach Babes by Vicki Wade, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Just regular size, regular color. I don't put the picture in because it is a gift. So my mother knows I'm working on it and has seen it in progress, but hasn't ever seen the full picture. So here's where it was the last time you saw it. Not, and still in the Q-snap. I have not moved. I have not moved the Q-snap. I'm still working in that same area. And here it is here is where it is now. So it's a bit tricky to see, but I have been working diligently away on this purple color 25, just trucking along on that one. I think I still have like 8,800 stitches left in this color to do or some such. I don't know if I'll if I'll do all 8,000 before I move on. And I say 8,000, there's a few down, but I might do the majority of this before I move on because it is very much up in this area. So this area in here and then some over here has most of this color in it. So I may finish that, like work towards finishing that color and then move on to a next color, but we'll see. I had been working that on this and then got bored with that color. So again, I might swap it up if I get bored with working on this color, especially because this 25 it's a little challenging to work with because it's definitely not the same color as the white, like you can tell. But when you've only done one strand, which you can kind of get an idea of here, it blends in. It really blends in, so it makes it a bit challenging. I have done 922 stitches on that one just this week, actually. I pulled it out Tuesday, I want to say. And that's the only one I've worked on this week. I'm happy with that. I added my stitches the other day and had only gone up about a year in the time it'll take me, according to Stitch Pal, and I've brought that down a few months already. So I'm hoping to shave some time off of that one. And again, it may come with me to Stitch North. Hard to say because of the color I'm working on, but I'm working on only one color, so she moves not too bad. But that is it. That is all of the projects that I have worked on over the last couple months. My goodness. Last couple weeks. As far as plans go, I'm still pretty much just working through my April list. So I have on there Tonight We Ride I've worked on, which I'm going to keep working on. Half the Fun is definitely coming with me to Stitch North because again, it's like just a few colors and it's easy to work on that way, especially now that I have it set up. So Half the Fun will come with me. Tonight We Ride will get worked on again this week for sure. Moonlight Sampler and Berry Bakery I haven't pulled out yet. I'm not sure if they'll get pulled out or not. Unknown. Beach Babes I'm working on. Greenhouse of Oddities is going to come with me to Stitch North for sure. And then Astronomy Cat or Astrology Cat are still on my list of potentials for the rest of this month. And so I may also end up well, I'm not sure when it starts. So Frosted Pumpkin has their new sale starting soon, the Arctic Animals, which I'm very excited about. And I think I'm going to do it. My mom did their last year, Castle Homecoming. She's still working on it. She did it. I did the years before. I think I'm going to do this year's. Lola Crow has also started her Deadly Aquarium, which I'm loving seeing the frames for. I'm going to hold off on it now, partially because I'm not done Greenhouse of Oddities, and I want to see a little bit more. Not as much of a aquarium girl. I am. We'll see. I suspect I'll end up doing it. I'm not going to start it right now, though. I would like to finish Greenhouse of Oddities first. Yeah. So those are my plans. I have to figure out still what I'm taking to Stitch North. I may, if I get my act together, film a little bit, like a very short video of all the projects I'm taking, or of me kind of getting ready for Stitch North and collecting them. I know there are people, I think this weekend actually is Stitch North Weekend 1. So I hope all of those people are having an absolute blast, and I can't wait to see some of their recaps. I am going next week to Stitch North Weekend 2. And of course, we'll update you. Hopefully the following week is my plan, is to film a video that following week. So you will see what I have worked on. But yeah, very excited. Let me know in the comments if you are also going to Stitch North Weekend number 2, and I will maybe see you there. Okay, that is plans. They're pretty rough plans. I am going to show you, I don't think I ever told you how the video was going to go. I'm going to show you a few of my mom's finishes, or fully finishes, and then I have one piece of haul, and then we're going to do actually a pretty short story section, but I have updates about my D&D and stitches that I'm working on that I'm really excited about. So let me show you my mom's finishes first, and then I'll show you my piece of haul, and then, yeah, okay. So I think this first one, you may have seen it finished, but not fully finished. This is Ho 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 Pillow by, I can't remember who this is by. Okay, I had a visitor down here, so I had to pause. So I'm not sure where we're at. I apologize if I duplicate. I'll try and splice together and, video magic. But this is the Ho 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 Pillow out of the Oh Santa by Rosewood Manor. It was originally in the Garon Christmas box from 2022, question mark? I think 2022. I also have it and haven't started on any of it yet. But this is the Ho 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 pillow that she finished. It came with the fabric, excuse me, to finish it. So cute. And she was on a finishing roll the last few weeks. So she also made, this was from the Cross Stitcher magazine. I think Cross Stitcher magazine. It was one of their like gifts with purchase kind of dealio, or no. Was it? I think so. Either way, it was a little pattern in it. No, I think it was. Neither here nor there. Is the little squirrel key fob holder. So he's got a little bead at the top, which that was a treat to get on, let me tell you. Isn't he cute? And then it's got the key ring down below. And then her third finish, she has another one, but it's for her Stitch North Small, so you don't get to see it. You'll get to see, I will take a picture of both of those, or maybe I'll even film them when I'm done this one, and we'll put it into the next video so that you get a good look at them. I'll probably do that. Okay. The next one she did was from the Stitch North like gift bag last year for weekend 2. I am so sorry, but I cannot remember who it is by, and I don't think her pattern is easily accessible. I'll try to find it and put it below. I'm so sorry. But it was just a little piece from there, and it is a scissor fob. So she changed the color because she didn't have the blue that it called for, and just used a Weeks Dye Works or cotton color and cotton Classic Color Works blue, variegated, and then finished it with this really pretty yellow fabric, which I do not know what it is from. It is a mystery fabric. I got it as part of a scraps bag from Fat Quarter Shop. All right. Those were her finishes, her fully finished. Okay, so my haul. Some of you may know what kind of thing comes in here. This is actually, it's the way they're packaging them now. But it's my Gecko Rouge kit. I got a new Gecko Rouge kit because, you know, clearly I need one. But I am part of their gold club right now. I'll probably end the gold club. My plan is to do a little bit of a look, see which ones I want still for sure, and then decide if I keep doing the gold club. But this one was a definite. The moment I saw it, it's a newer artist of theirs, I think. And the moment I saw it, it was perfect for me. This is by Faye Walker, and it is Girl with Owl. And it was just, I mean, I have loved owls since I was little. I love the nighttime, and this little brown hair girly just giving a hug to her snowy owl. That was it. As soon as I saw it, I knew it was one I was going to get. So it finally came. If you haven't ever seen or haven't seen them, this is sort of how the floss card comes for Gecko Rouge. Isn't that gorgeous? Those colors, though. Oh, so pretty. Floss card. And I have my pattern. I got the paper pattern as well as the PDF just because, I don't know. I'm always a little paranoid about that. And since I can get it, I tend to. I have my fabric. I'm doing it on 28 count 1/1 full cross here. And then I got the needle minder for the matching needle minder. And then to use up my voucher, because I think I still had a little bit of voucher left over. So to use it up, I got a mystery needle minder as well. So that was my mystery one that I got. And that actually came yesterday. So worked out pretty great. I'm excited for that. I really want to start it like now. And I haven't done my new start for this month yet, so I could. But I also have considered, this I guess is kind of a plan, it'd be for next time. I can't decide if I'm doing like a May challenge. So the Mania challenge for Fandom Stitch Central, you can either start 15 or 24 new projects, or start one new project and work on it for 15 or 24 days within the month. So I'm debating using this one as the start for that. I think you might also be able to start Sal parts. So I could do that for my greenhouse, but if I did this one, I could work on it, get a good portion of it worked on in the month, and have a really good start on it. So we'll see. We'll see how long I can withstand starting it. That will be the judge on that. Okay, that is all of the stitching, all of the craft work for this week. And we're going to move into the story section. And as I said, it's not going to be too long, I don't think. But yeah, so I will say goodbye to you. If you are headed out now, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you've been working on, and if you're going to be at Stitch North next week. Or if you're there this week, let me know. Stories. So let's see. What do I want to talk about? I didn't write anything down because I only had one thing. I have been doing some reading, which I'm so excited about. I think I'm finally getting kind of going back again. I say, knock on wood, all the things. But I read The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet recently, which is a book I've had on my shelf for a bajillion years. It's based off of a YouTube retelling of Pride and Prejudice, the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, I think is what it was called, from a while ago. So I read that, and the book was really good. It was really well done. I'm really happy with it and happy that I finally read it. I had debated just since it sat for so long getting rid of it without reading it, but I'm so happy that I read it. I've been playing a few games. I don't think I have anything really to mention as far as games go, at least not that I can think of right now. I probably do, but I've played a few that I've really liked. But what I really want to talk to you about is the stitches and D&D that I've been planning. I have made progress. I have been reading the D&D books, but I've also been putting together the story. So I have a good chunk of my character built. I know a little bit about what she's going to be doing. I know what the main quest is going to be that we're going to look at. I'm putting together right now the structure. So obviously I want to incorporate actual stitching into it. So, which strangely enough isn't part of the D&D rules. I mean, what? So I'm figuring out how I want to incorporate stitches in. So number of stitches to do certain things. Like I'm assigning a number of stitches to certain tasks. And I think I'm also going to, I actually just thought of this today. I think I'm going to make some like mini challenges. So let's say 500 stitches into Beach Babes will get me, let me buy something different for my character, that kind of thing. So I'm working on that. I have a little bit more story creation, map creation, DM master things, dungeon master things to look at, game master first, that I still need to do to make sure that I have a good enough start. A lot of this I'll learn as I go, but I need to know how to start it and I need to know how to get going. I also am trying to figure out how it's going to impact the format of my Flosstube videos, because it will, and I don't want to keep them fully separate, so I need to figure out how to integrate those together. But like, things are happening, my friends. It's happening. I don't want to say when it's going to start for sure, because that's the surefire way to get sick or run into an issue and get completely derailed. But like, my head in the sand goal, or head in the sky goal, is to have it starting soon, like maybe by June even. I want to say earlier. Part of me wants to be like, we'll do a regular Flosstube the next one to do my Stitch and Watch wrap up, and then we'll be in it. But the practical part of my brain doesn't know if we're quite there yet, but we're getting there. We are actually getting somewhere. It's no longer just talk. I mean, it still kind of is, but like, planning is happening, actual planning, and I'm very excited. I'm excited for the story. I'm excited for you guys to start to hear the story, for me to start to tell the story, because we're also going to discover it together. Because the thing with some of these stories is the roll of a dice can change how it goes. So I'm happy about that. That was my big news for today, is that progress is actually being made. So, and I think that's all I have for right now. I could do a bit of a life update, but I haven't really written anything down. So I think instead of rambling away, which I could also do, but I'm going to leave it at that. Leave it at that news. I'm very happy to be starting to work on this and writing and creating and making up stories. And the last couple weeks have felt really, really good that way. Getting those creative juices going again. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy for that. And I'm so excited to see how you guys like it. And also super nervous, but mostly excited. So anyways, we're a little bit shorter today. I feel like I was a little less scattered. My brain is better organized today. So I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for being on this journey with me and coming along and being excited for the next things that I want to do. So I've said so a lot. So on that, I will say goodbye. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will potentially see some of you at Stitch North next weekend, and have a wonderful time between now and the next time we talk. Bye. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.